Your laziness cannot destroy your life as quickly as your inferiority complex can. I learned that lesson the hard way. That's what my teachers used to say. My relatives said the same thing. Even some of my friends joked about it. You have potential, they would say, but you're too lazy. After hearing that for years, I started believing it. I thought my biggest problem in life was laziness, but I was wrong. The real problem was something much deeper. It was inferiority. I grew up in a family where everyone compared each other constantly. My cousin was the top student in school. Another cousin was a talented athlete. My older brother was confident and successful in almost everything he did. And then there was me. Average grades, quiet personality. No special achievements. Every family gathering felt like a competition I had already lost. People would praise others while I sat there silently smiling, pretending it didn't bother me. But inside, it slowly destroyed my confidence. Over time, I stopped trying. Why work hard if someone else is always better? Why take risks if people might laugh at you? Why dream big if you already believe you'll fail? This cycle of self-doubt continued until one day I stumbled upon a quote. Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. That hit me hard. I realized I was a fish trying to climb a tree. I had been measuring my worth using someone else's ruler, so I decided to change my focus. I started looking at myself. I picked up an old guitar that was gathering dust and started playing. It wasn't about being the best. It was about finding my own rhythm. So he started doing the bare minimum in life. I finished school, but without any passion. I avoided challenges and stayed in my comfort zone. From the outside, it looked like laziness. But inside, it was fear. Fear of not being good enough. Years passed like that. Then one day, something small happened that completely changed my perspective. I had just started working at a small company. Nothing special, just a basic office job. One afternoon, my manager asked me to help prepare a presentation for an important client. At first, I wanted to avoid it. Presentations meant speaking in front of people, and I hated that. My mind immediately started filling with negative thoughts. You'll embarrass yourself. You're not smart enough. Someone else should do it. But for some reason, my manager insisted. You can do it, he said calmly. So I spent the entire week preparing. I read, practiced, and tried to understand every detail of the project. The day of the presentation arrived. I was nervous. My hands were shaking as I walked into the meeting room. Several senior managers were sitting there, along with the client. For a moment, I thought about pretending to be sick and leaving, but it was too late. I took a deep breath and started presenting. Something strange happened. As I explained the project, people started nodding. They asked questions, and I answered them clearly. The more I spoke, the more confident I felt. By the end of the meeting, the client smiled and said something that surprised me. That was a very clear and professional presentation. After the meeting, my manager came up to me and said, "See, you were capable the whole time." That moment stayed in my mind for days. It made me realize something important. I wasn't lazy. I had simply convinced myself that I wasn't good enough. And when you believe that about yourself, you stop trying before you even begin. Inferiority complex is dangerous like that. It quietly steals your opportunities, your confidence, and your courage. It tells you that other people are always better, smarter, and more talented. But most of the time, that voice is lying. After that day, I slowly started challenging those negative thoughts. I began volunteering for tasks at work. I started learning new skills. I stopped comparing myself to everyone else. And slowly my life began to change. Not overnight, but step by step. Looking back now, I realized something very important. Laziness can slow you down, but inferiority complex can completely stop you from moving forward. Because laziness means you don't want to work. Inferiority means you believe you're not worthy of success. And that belief can destroy your dreams long before you even try. So if there is one lesson I learned from my journey, it's this. Never let your mind convince you that you are less than others. Because sometimes the only thing standing between you and success is the story you keep telling yourself.